Imagine living in a place where you have no access to the internet, where you can't choose your own hairstyle, and where even a simple mistake can send to a prison camp for life. A country where your movie is watched, where you're forced to worship a leader like a god, and where trying to escape can mean death. Sounds like something out of Dyson movie, right? But this place is real, and its name is North Korea. For decades, this secretive nation has remained hidden from the world, operating under a dictatorship so extreme that even the most basic freedoms doesn't exist there. Every book, every TV show, and every news report is controlled by the government. There is no Facebook, no YouTube, no Google, only state-approved propaganda. But what is life like inside North Korea? How does the government maintain such a tight grip on its people? And what happened to those who dare to break the rules? Today, we'll uncover the chilling reality of North Korea, a place where freedom is just a dream. Stay with us as we step into the unknown. North Korea has a population of about 25 million people. On the world map, you'll find it just above South Korea, with China to the west. But if you look at satellite images at night, you'll notice something shocking. China and South Korea glow brightly with lights, but in the middle, where North Korea lies, there is nothing but darkness. This is the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, DPRK, the official name of North Korea. But what's interesting is that the name includes the word democratic. Just because the country calls itself democratic doesn't mean it actually is. In North Korea, people can't read at night, can't watch TV, and must go to sleep by 7 pm simply because they're used to be living in darkness. Electricity is a luxury. In 1995, something strange happened. The frog population in North Korea started to decline. Later, people realized why. The famine had made people so hungry that they had started hunting and eating frogs. The famine between 1995 to 1998 was one of the worst man-made disasters in history. The exact number of deaths was never revealed, but it is estimated that between 500,000 to 2 million people died from starvation. But there's the surprising part. North Korea wasn't always like this. There was a time when it was doing much better than South Korea. In 1980, North Korea's per capita GDP was higher than both India and China. The government provided free healthcare, education, housing, heating, and transportation to all the citizens. From 1950 to 1980, North Korea's economy grew to an average of 4.5% per year. So what went wrong? The problems began in the 1990s when the Soviet Union collapsed, and with it, North Korea's biggest source of support. For years, the Soviet Union had supported North Korea by providing cheap oil and food. But when USSR collapsed, North Korea's economy crashed. Power stations shut it down, electricity disappeared, and people began starving to death. The United States offered to help, but on one condition: North Korea had to give up its nuclear weapons program. The North Korea government refused. As a result, the USA and the rest of the world cut them off completely. In this book, The Great North Korean Famine, author Andrew Natosis described the heartbreaking reality. North Korean families let their elderly relatives starve to death so that the younger ones could survive. Many grandparents chose to die of hunger just so their children and grandchildren could live. This was all happening because North Korea was a tightly controlled dictatorship. The country's first supreme leader was Kim Il-sung, a fighter who had fought against Japan. Since then, his family has ruled North Korea. Today, his grandson Kim Jong-un is the country's dictator, but calling North Korea a communist dictatorship wouldn't be completely accurate because this is not just a dictatorship but a family-led monarch in disguise. Everything the government does is to keep the Kim family in power. In North Korea, even the way people dress and style their hair is controlled by the government. They have a strict list of approved hairstyles. Currently, only 15 hairstyles for men and 15 for women are allowed. If someone wants a haircut, they must choose from this list. One interesting thing is that Kim Jong-un's hairstyle is not on the list because no one else in the country is allowed to copy his look. The same rule applies to his glasses. No other North Korean can wear the same design. Hair dye is also completely banned, so people cannot even change their hair color. When it comes to clothing, blue jeans, ripped jeans, and skinny jeans are strictly forbidden. Branded clothing are banned too, and they are seen as a symbol of Western culture. Now you might be wondering who enforces all these strict fashion rules. North Korean has something called its fashion police. Yes, it's real. These officers secretly monitors people's clothing and punish those who break the dress code. If someone is caught wearing banned clothes, their outfits might be cut off on the spot. They could be fined or even sent to the jail. North Korea sees fashion as a cultural invasion. They fear that if this culture come into their country will lose their people's royalty. In terms of entertainment, no foreign movies are released in North Korea. There are only government channels on TV and radio to help support the government's propaganda. The morning broadcast begins with the national anthem and tributes to North Korea's former rulers. There are cartoons, new programs, and of course the star of the show, Kim Jong-un, is presented as a god. Watching foreign shows and movies is a serious crime. Those who are caught face severe punishment. Look at this news from 2022. For watching a South Korean movie drama and distributing it, 2 teenagers were sentenced to 12 years of hard labor. There is a severe lack of entertainment in the country that people secretly smuggle South Korean dramas. You will find South Korean movies in the local black market. To catch them, government authorities would cut off electricity randomly. With time, people started using USB sticks and it's much easier to hide them. Even though North Koreans lack internet connections, they can watch smuggled movies and TV shows on their computers. Can you imagine how suffocating the lives of the people living in this country are? In terms of religion, North Korea is officially an atheist country. People have no freedom to practice or preach any religion. It is punishable by death. Christians are significantly targeted because they are seen as being influenced by America. Thousands of Christians are locked in political prison camps and they are tortured every day.